Right, you can see a collection of new bits and pieces here now. So we've got new bearings in those 4 boxes there, which is one each end of the main shaft in the housing. So bought the bearings. We got the seals here. Obviously it looks like I've bought loads of seals, but that's because, if you remember, I don't know if I've actually showed it in the video yet, but the solution I've come up with, it basically involves using bits from various seals. So obviously there's just bits of mechanical seal lying around everywhere, but the actual proposed idea I've got sort of fitted up here, well, not properly, but basically we've got the ceramic ring which is going to sit in there, obviously inside its rubber grommet, which is there. I just haven't fitted that yet. And we've got the sleeve on the shaft, which has got the ceramic face in it. Again, there's a rubber sleeve that seals that on the shaft that's missing. A spring from the spring box, not even a proper seal spring, and then the collar off another one will go on the end. That will then apply the preload on the shaft, and then I'm going to use one of the original collars which Kev has machined down on his lathe, so they're now sort of 2/3 of the length they used to be, which should give us the right preload on that spring and still allow us to have water flow through the centre and hopefully give us a seal using off-the-shelf components. So it's basically a conversion for the old Clayton water brake to use modern mechanical seals, which is very easy to do actually once you've worked out which bits you need. Yeah, I just fitted that sleeve just to show you, so that will then push up flush with, you can just see that raised area on the shaft. That when it's actually fitted, that sits there, which as you can see just applies a nice bit of preload on that spring. Right, I've just put the new bearing races on the, well, the bearing should I say, on the shaft. The races will go in the housing after. So obviously that's the one from that side. I haven't greased them before. Normally you would squeeze the grease into these bearings before you put them on, but I haven't, just because I want to trial fit it a few times and I'll pack it with grease later. So I'm just putting the rest of this together and I'm going to slide it in the housing. I have to excuse the camera, I don't know what's going on, but it's playing up a bit today. Right, I just put the shaft back in the centre housing now. As you can see, that is turning lovely and smooth. No end to end play, no in and out play. Just put the locking collar back in there now. Gone up nice and flush as it should have. So that basically is that centre bit. In terms of bearings and greasing, I've filled the centre up with grease, quite a lot of grease. So now I'm going to just clean up the other end here a bit and get ready to mount the seal. Right, the shaft is back in the body now. 2 new bearings. I've just seated the ceramic face, which obviously seals against the housing. You can see there's a layer of rubber, which is like a rubber pocket it sits in. So there's absolutely no end play now whatsoever. Turned smooth as brand new. So now I'm going to slide the other parts of the mechanical seal and the sleeve on, and then I'm going to start cleaning up the stator housing. I need to do a bit of work on it. Basically, you've got your water in, or out actually, isn't in on the side there as well, and also the vent. Now the vent is absolutely critical, because obviously water can't go in or out, and well, raise or lower if the air can't get out or in. These are completely blocked up solid at the moment. I've already tested them, so I need to clear those passages in the cast. Right, there you can see the seal fully assembled. So this is the collar that we machined down, so that when in use is going to sit down flush like that, well, not quite that far, but like that, applying pressure on the shaft part of the mechanical seal there, which gives it a seal against the bottom. And then we've got the 2 centre cartridges fully assembled with new bearings and seals, just ready now to put the stator housings on